towards it. I didn't really.
Just letting the whole army go in there and just destroy it like nothing.
I was against it, Morphicon.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. I'm sure they would have done their best had they still been Rangers at the time.
Yeah, if you were still Rangers, do you think you characters would have defended the chamber well?
Of course, yes.
And do you think you would have won or lost?
One.
Yes.
And I got to give a negative on the last guys because they defended it really badly. They just didn't defend it well.
Sometimes you just got to get out.
And they really didn't do anything. All right, I'm done.
Thanks, man.
All right, this is an interesting question. I'm basing this on finding out that Paul is a fan of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Sure, yeah.
Which, by the way, I did that in high school.
I'm a huge Jesus fan.
So this is actually for everybody. What is your favorite musical or your favorite singer?
Guys and dolls.
It doesn't matter.
Dream Girls. I did Dream Girls. I loved it. I did The Wiz, and I loved that. I also liked Guardian Dolls. I did that, and I loved that too.
I think mine would be West Side Story. And Grease. I always have to throw in Olivia Newton-Jones on mine.
Power Rangers musical. I mean, Grace, he was just telling me right now.
What was it? I don't know. I like a lot of. I like Beatles.
High Shine.
I'll leave it there. No, High Shine sucks. High Shine sucks. You should go see them.
I don't know what my favorite musical was. When I went to college, I actually graduated with a BFA musical theater, but I did Jesus Christ Superstar, so I have to see Jesus Christ Superstar. The only one I can think about off the top of my head is Santa Cook.
Thank you. You played JC, man. Who were you? Awesome. I've never done it, but if I ever get to do it, you know I'll be working for that area.
Oh, sure. You think, yeah,
Okay, thanks. That's great.
How did you feel about the passing of the torch? I mean, were you sad to be leaving the show, or was it more like you had a good run, you were okay with leaving? And Blake, what was it like for you working with one team to another, and which one did you like working with the most?
I answered that.
Okay. Do you feel bad for the ones being replaced since they lost their job, but you got to keep yours?
What did you think about that?
I thought it was awesome. I was crying. I mean, like, all my it was sad because I grew up with everybody on the show, you know, like as far as not growing up literally, but yeah, it was definitely a big upset for me because Power Rangers was like the shit, you know. Hey, I got a question for you actually. Do you still live in Reseda? Both of you guys. I see you guys both in my neck of the woods. Canoga Park, there you go.
Yeah, they moved up. Honestly, it's not strictly north. Who? Harvey who?
I was sad when we passed the torch. Actually, Kat and I were googling. It was a sad feeling because it was something that we were used to on a day-to-day basis for 2. I was on the show for 2 years. Did 100 episodes with these people, and to be leaving and not knowing what's coming next, it was sad. I was sad. I missed it a lot.
I got a question. Did you guys, was it the newspaper article that you guys saw, or did they come tell you? Because it was the newspaper article that I saw that said, oh, they're replacing us.
No, I found out because they had me they asked me to read with the girl that was going to replace us.
No,
And I found out.
it was an article. I was like, huh,
I wasn't happy.
I guess we're done for.
And I didn't get fired that
It was
time.
already kind of out there that it was going to be changing. Like, we already had an idea that that was going to happen, but it was just done in a very tasteless way.
Well, that's show business.
Yeah. Well, cut through. Cut through. That's the truth. I'm not making that up.
I didn't shave that day though. I mean, I didn't grow much, but if you watch that episode closely, HD, you might be like, hey, John, I didn't shave. That's all.
I have a question for Paul and then a question for Johnny. A question for Paul. What do you think happened to Bulkmeyer's, the sort of juice bar that you had in Forever Red?
Well, the economy was really rough. And like many of us, we literally, my astral projected self lost the lease of the property. Because obviously I couldn't have physically been there because I'm here.
Well, you managed to find your way back for Samurai. It was, I guess, just assumed that you hitched a ride back with, like, the Galaxy Rangers or something when they came back to Earth.
I don't assume anything when it comes to season-to-season continuity on our show. Because we have a hard time making the show work for the current investment or donation from our Japanese friends, right? To try and, like, there's no looking back. There's no looking sideways. We simply look ahead. And really, like, somebody made a comment once about legacy, there's a pantheon. Well, really, there's not. We do our best to have continuity, but ultimately, we leave continuity behind in the show. We have to, because we would never be able to make it work. You'd spend so much time trying to explain and write yourself around certain topics that it's like living in the past, man. You know, you just got to move forward with this year's season, this year's robots, and this year's group of really talented kids.
Okay. And for Johnny, on the Zero episode, I think it was called Songs on Yellow, where Tommy and Tanya were basically stuck in sing mode.
That was another song and dance.
Another song and dance. How come it was Tommy singing and not you?
Yeah.
Who couldn't sing?
Actually, at that time, I didn't know I could sing. I didn't start singing until after Power Rangers. You know the homeless guy that is on the street playing because he has to? That's who I was. That's how I learned the guitar. That's like, seriously, that's when I started singing, was after the show. So I couldn't sing then. I'd be terrible. I'm terrible now. I dare you to come to our show.
Yeah, everyone should really come to Johnny's show. About an hour early. Thanks, Miss. Great.
All right, a couple of questions for Johnny. Okay, so obviously we know that you went from Power Rangers thinking, well, pretty versatile voice acting career from such things as Trigun, Soul Calibur, Devil May Cry, to name a few. So first of all, what do you think is more fulfilling? Is it like screen acting or voice acting?
That's tough, man, because I enjoy them all. I really do, because it's all still kind of an extension of acting, you know. I think on camera, obviously, you have to give a bit more of yourself. You can't just talk. You got to actually be the character. But the nice thing about voiceover is I can be more than just a half Asian guy, you know. I can be like a giant chicken monster or something, and it would be fun because I'm just a voice. So there's that cool aspect to it. So they are. I mean, I enjoy them all. And I don't know, rewarding wise, I guess it's just, again, we're all just, as long as people like it, whatever I do, it's rewarding. I think the most rewarding in anything I've done is my band's music. Because that is really just, I mean, it's not somebody else's project, you know, it's not a Saban thing. This is something that I started with a few guys because we had a dream, and And so when we go play and people actually know our songs, that's really cool. That's like saying, man, I've made a connection with these people.
All right. And then second of all, okay, so like I said, you've done a lot of voice roles. Which is your favorite and why?
Voiceover? That's tough, man. I like a lot of, it's like choosing my babies. Which is my favorite child. I think one of them would be Nero from Devil May Cry 4. I think part of it was that I wasn't limited to the picture, whereas you do Bleach or whatever, you're limited to what's already drawn, you know, it's anime. But that it's a script, I got to kind of make those choices emotionally. And then on top of that, you know, I went to Japan to do all the motion capture, so I just fucking had the bonus. So I'm saying,
All right, thanks a lot.
Questions for Blake. When I was a kid, the episode where you got bullied really resonated with me, and I'm a big proponent of anti-bullying. I was just wondering, after the show, did you go back to school? And if you did, were you bullied for being Power Rangers? Or
No, I went and started bullying people. Bullying too, you know, the man side and all that. So, you know, as a kid growing up, being, you know, not going